still. Also wanted to bring this up, speaking of basketball and all that stuff. Part of your SEC update. Did you guys see the latest bracketology? Or what?
Commitment word. All right.
Texas A&M tight end Jaden Platt has committed to Arkansas.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. How about that?
That's not a bad pickup right there.
That is big. That is big.
6'5", 260-pound Platt was a class of 2023 top 100 recruit.
All right. So we're going to have to talk about it now and then clip it later for people to know about what's happening here. But hey, that's what we do. So yeah, big, nice commitment because you don't have any tight ends at all. I mean, you really needed anybody you could get. But yeah, 6'5", 260-pound. He's a top 100 recruit down at the 2023 class there for Texas A&M. So nice little get. Nice little get for the Razorbacks.
Maybe. I mean, probably. Okay. It's like, I know I was a little bit higher on the Cam Shanks thing. This is like a Jaquan McCroy addition for the Razorbacks. A dude who was highly, highly recruited, sought after. Obviously the talent is there, but it hasn't popped. And like for McCroy, he's just like, he was a freshman on the #1 team in the country, buried on the depth chart, whatever. But it has to translate. For Platt, no career receptions. You know what I mean? Like it's just not a lot of production there, or no production there, actually. But and he was a guy who redshirted last year, played this year, and like there was nothing there. He's a freak, man, of an athlete, and hopefully they can get it to translate at Arkansas. But you know.
Is it weird that with Platt and McCroy, who, like you said, are the two guys that have not played a single, like don't have any production to kind of build off of, that they're kind of one of the two of the more optimistic additions, I feel like, where I'm kind of like, now Platt, obviously, by the way, I mean, both guys were top 100. I think Platt on 24/7 was 101 or whatever, but like right around there. You know, legitimate, like talent that has not been tapped into yet. Now, of course, you know, you can't be stunned if both those guys come and then never end up doing anything. But I do think, like, I kind of like the buying low on a really talented guy more so than I do the like small school overachiever who like probably has a limited upside. And again, at tight end, I mean, one, it's like how much, like what even is, like, there's not really many tight ends in the portal. Like that Atkins kid has like 200 yards at the D2 level, and he's like the #3 portal in the class. And so it's like, I don't think you're going to go out there and get a ton of tight ends that are super proven and productive. I mean, hell, Luke has the #1 portal tight end, and he had like 300 yards this past year. So the like lack of production certainly is like something to note, but it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't make me think like, oh, this guy can't help Arkansas.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. Like, you get a guy who has the super high upside in Platt, and like they're going to bring in 2 or 3 tight ends anyway. Now go get the other guy who maybe is a group of 5 or whatever, who has the production and everything. And then between the two, you got a pretty good situation there. I'm cool with it. I pulled up his PFF grades. Again, when you don't play that much, it's hard to really take too much from that. He didn't play. He played, I guess 7 snaps on offense the entire year, and he played 16 on kick return. So,
well, I think also too that I'd like to throw in there, in, you know, not saying he'd for sure be this, but again, 24/7 Sports has him as the 5th tight end in the transfer portal overall, but he's the biggest tight end as far as weight class goes in the transfer portal. He's 6'5", 260. And just to give a little bit of a comparison, you know, Luke was 6'3", 240. So you're talking about 2 extra inches and 20 more pounds. So makes me wonder, and makes me think that not only could he be a part of the offense, but also helping out in the blocking side of things too. And you know,
they needed that from their tight ends.
Yeah, exactly. Like they needed it desperately. So maybe, you know, that's the type of player that they're looking at, to where, is he going to go out there and be a Chris Gregg? I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I think that they're really trying to get some help there and to get a blocking tight end. They need tight ends in general, but getting somebody like this may be better helping in the blocking than getting out there and catching passes and everything too.
He's Bradley Martin, 260, bro.
Yeah.
So now 2 of the tight ends Arkansas has for next year, you have an oversized guy in Jaden Platt, who may or may not, you know, end up being great. Then you've got an undersized guy in Shamar Easter, one of them is going to end up at the right weight to be productive for Arkansas. Is that kind of the mindset we're going with? And by the way, I will say, like, it's not like tight end. Obviously, Arkansas needs some because they don't have a ton on their roster, but it's not like tight end is a position where I'm like, Arkansas needs to be good at this position in order to have a chance to win big next year. I think you can get by with just having a few playable tight ends, which I know he played 7 snaps at A&M. So like, well, you know, I guess the jury's still out. But yeah, I think if you can get just some snaps out of this guy, an occasional Blake Kern dump off, you know, here and there, I think that'd be like a good starting point. And again, like, we complained all year long about how they didn't use Luke Has enough. Clearly in this new kind of era, I know that Bobby Petrino had a lot of success with DJ Williams. Shout out to the 4th and 5th. He had a lot of success with DJ, but it doesn't seem like tight end is like high up on his list of priorities of things he wants to emphasize. So I'm kind of okay with just taking a shot at a talented kid who's young, something there to develop. I mean, I'm gonna accept this. I think this is a solid pickup.
Yeah. So according to the transfer portal rankings, unanimously a 3-star. On3 has him as the 28th best tight end and doesn't have him in their national rankings. But this just tells you how hard. I mean, there's 6,000 people in there, right? So like 24/7 has him as a top 100. They got him at number 98. Rivals has him at 161. So, and both of those things are really good. But it just goes to show you that despite a lack of production through 2 years, obviously people are still really, really high on his talent and his potential to be something pretty special. Otherwise, he wouldn't be a top 100 anything, in a portal that's got over 6,000 people in it. So, I'm with you, man. I think it's a good pickup. He's huge. You needed it in a bad way. So there you go. You plug another gap.
Arkansas went from number 15 in the SEC portal rankings to number 14. So suck on that, haters.
Slowly but surely getting up there in the rankings. So just to clarify, you said that he was a top 100 player in 24/7 and as well as the 5th tight end. Yeah. 24/7 Sports is on obviously the most accurate rankings because they have him as the highest. So therefore, that's what you're going to see across the board. Is going to be, hey, listen, the number 5 tight end in the transfer portal. That's what you got.
I've noticed that 24/7 and On3, their rankings are sometimes vastly, vastly different for these portal guys. It seems like 24/7 is very big on what you were as a high school recruit, which is why they have Jaquan McCrory as kind of one of their top I think he's a 90 or 89 or a 90 overall transfer. He's Arkansas's best according to 24/7. So Platt being a very highly recruited tight end coming out of high school, that's probably why 24/7 is like, hell yeah, this is an awesome transfer. On3 is very big on the what have you done for me lately? Like, what is your production in college? Which is why you see some of the like smaller school guys that have played and started are really high up there. Honestly, the rankings really don't matter too much. And again, I just don't think this is like tight end is not a position where I feel like you're going to it's going to determine this entire roster of how we feel about it. I think Arkansas needs a couple. I hope this doesn't get them out of the Atkins race because I think that would be a nice pickup as well. And that's a guy that's got the production. Seems like a more like sure thing to come in and contribute. But it'd be nice.
Here's what I do like about Jaden Platt. He was a member of the 24/7 Sports 2023 Freaks list.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, freaks. I like freaks.
Take all the freaks you can get.
Yep. I'll take them all. Man, I'm just glad that they got somebody at least that people, whether he's good or not, that's yet to be determined. But it's at least something that gets people like, hey, I like that. That Texas A&M guy that highly ranked and was good at high school and is on the freak list. At least provides interest, provides intrigue that maybe you'll get somebody there. So
it's 1:30 and we've already had a double dip day in the portal.
Man,
yeah, how about that, man?
Yep. It's gonna be.
This team is loading up. Jaden Platt, man. I mean, I know you said he's a freak and all that. You don't talk about looking the part. Him and McCroy, they both look the freaking part. And so yeah, I'm not gonna throw a party over this edition, but I do think like this is one that's worth your while for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy with this one, man.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that was a good way to end the show right there with a little portal pop. So any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap it up and get out of here for the day, or for at least for a second?
Yeah, this might be one of those days where they rattle off a handful, right? So, no, I mean, it's good. I like what they've done today. Cam Shanks, get you a good punt returner, gadget guy, whatever. Jaden Platt, you have no tight. There are no tight ends. Now there is one. So there you go. Not too shabby. Not a bad half day's work. We'll see what they do the rest of the afternoon.
I met with the tight ends. There are no tight ends. My last thought is I just looked at a practice clip of Connor Wegman throwing a pass to Jaden Platt. Pretty good.
There we go.
Looks
There you
solid in shorts.
Yeah. And my final thought is, hey, if you look at the high school class rankings and everything, yeah, Jaden Platt was the number 4 tight end in the country, according to 24/7 Sports back then. Luke Has was number 12. Just saying. Just saying.
Well, we know, according to the fan base, that Luke Has not good.
That's right. So you upgraded. You got better today. You got better today, according to the 24/7 Sports thing. So either way, hey, we appreciate each and every one of you listening in and watching into Inside Arkansas Live. Be sure to subscribe to us here on Inside Arkansas on our YouTube page. Follow us on social media at Inside Arkansas, and also check out our website and InsideArkansas.com for all the latest and greatest up-to-date information on all things Razorbacks. And we're going to keep it going. Any more portal pops that happen, we're going to have it right here going live and putting up all the great content that you love at Inside Arkansas. So be sure to check it out. So for Andrew Ellis and Curtis Wilkerson, I'm John Nabors. Same sports show, same sports channel tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you when we see you next time, folks. Have a great rest of your day.